and they supposed to be froze. Ooh, Gucci on me head to toe. If you lie to me, I gotta let you go. Club, bought a broke bag, 24. Time to show 'em whatever. Cut the check, bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips, bye, bye, bye. OG, lie detector, don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check.
We come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the 4th largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the 6.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Knocks down the first. Two for two on that trip. Jay, Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this, he will be one of the future centers in the game.
Has a chance. Shot for Jokic. No good. Fred VanVleet, leaving no doubt, slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Jokic. Nothing going here on that drive. Spinning shot, won't fall.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
To Miles Bridges. Toronto has the basketball. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. To Millsap. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Leads 3. Won't go down.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Sets him up. That pass taken away by Toronto. Lowry slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Murray with it. Down 5. Millsap to Jokic. doesn't get the bounce. Lowry into the front court. Leads 5. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Miles Bridges. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. To Millsap. Here's a chance from long range. And Paul Millsap knocks it down even with a hand in his face.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
I like that aggression early. You never just settle for jumpers. You attack, you attack, you attack. Then when they back off, you'll have room to shoot that, Jay.
To Miles Bridges. They'll work it down to Millsap. Short jumper off the mark. Lowry with it. 10-4 is the score. Gets to the basket and scores.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Jokic. Nothing going here on that drive. The rebound's corralled by the Raptors. Lowry into the front court. His team on top by 8. Nothing going here on that drive. Not going down for him this time. Murray into the front court. Down 8. Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Denver as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Jokic to Miles Bridges. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Sizing up the defense. Had a chance, but it's no good. Miles Bridges to Jokic. Won't go. Oh, and a putback.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Up 6. Pascal Siakam to Ibaka. And the rebound belongs to Denver. Martin into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Millsap. Oh, he had him there for a second. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4 to Jokic. Fires the 3. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Nikola Jokic with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. 3-pointer and now a free throw on the trip. Lynn with it. It's 14-12. And scores. Strong take.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Martin into the front court. Looking to make something happen. They go to Jokic, down low. Count it. No and 1. There was some contact there.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. To Lynn. Here comes the screen. Lynn. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Lynn. Off the mark. To Jokic. Martin. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Jeremy Lin. Almost, but no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
To Jokic. Denver with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Gary Harris is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 80% at the line. Off the mark on the first free throw. Second of 3 is good.
Get it, shoot it again.
Number 33.
Whoops, that won't go.
In the first quarter.
To Lynn. Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lynn to Stanley Johnson for 3. Off the mark. No good. Drives, but a shot won't go down. To Jeremy Lin. From the outside, no good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And the slam.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
Toronto with the basketball. Deep 3 at the buzzer. The first quarter's complete. The Nuggets in front. Jay, one quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
To Will Barton. Nice pass to set things up.
Way to find, baby.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Here comes the screen. And he dunks it down for two.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Murray with the basketball. Leads just a point. Barton. Nothing going here on that drive. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Screen coming. Lowry to Van Vliet. Five to shoot for Toronto. 4-3. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
OG Anunoby with a chance at a 4-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Murray into the front court. Down a point. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Lin. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. And count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Jeremy Lin. Here comes the screen. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Short jumper misses.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Jamal Murray at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 89%. Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Fred Van Vliet. Has a look. Deep two there. Won't go. Murray with it. 2-point advantage to Jokic. Millsap. Cashes in for two.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Pascal Siakam. Short jumper off the mark. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Nothing going here on that drive. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Got it to go on the step back. Jay, he found a way.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Van Vliet. Going to launch beyond the arc. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense. Denver ball right now. The shot by Murray, no good. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Jokic. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Jamal Murray. That's rebounded by Toronto. To Gasol. Nikola Jokic sends it away. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. There, taken away by Denver.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Toronto has the basketball. Lowry, down low Gasol. Marc Gasol. He's now 4 for 6.
Old school equals high percentage.
Murray into the front court. Lead is 2. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Jamal Murray at the line for 2 shots. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry to Ibaka. Trying to cash in. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Murray with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. To Jokic. Here comes the screen. Jokic. Goes to the right side. Lets it fly from long range. Smothering D. Lowry into the front court. Trailing by 4. Whoa! What a finish!
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Number 7, Kyle Lowry.
To Jokic. Shot clock to 4 for the Nuggets. Jokic knocks it down and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Nikola Jokic with a chance at a 4-point play. Hasn't missed yet. It's good. Has the hot hand and a 4-point play. Lowry with it. Down 6. Here comes the screen. Lowry. Shot won't go. Murray into the front court. Up by 6. To Jokic. Shot from in close. No good.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Lowry to Gasol. Shot by Anunoby, no good. It's Denver's ball. Takes stock of the floor. That pass taken away by Toronto. Lowry. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Millsap. Miles Bridges. Jokic to Miles Bridges. Shot clock winding down. Oh, Nikola Jokic. 4 out of 7. First half comes to an end. The Nuggets with the lead.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Nuggets have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scores for the Denver Nuggets. The Raptors are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. Have a look at the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
The Toronto Raptors had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was gold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half.
Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Millsap. Pascal Siakam tips it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
From the outside, no good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Nothing going here on that drive. Marc Gasol with a piece. Oh, the hustle keeps the ball in play. Runner here won't go.
This team is collectively feeding off their negative energy so far in the second half. Everybody is mad. Everybody is frustrated. Nobody's decided to take the torch and say, hey, look, follow my lead.
Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. Just not going down.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter, but the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Lowry. Count the basket inside.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
To Jokic. Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, Nikola Jokic. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Lowry to Van Vliet. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. To Gasol. Down low. Ah, the monster stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Murray with it. Leads 4. Miles Bridges. Has a look. Murray's shot won't fall.
And you thought you would have seen him bounce back in the second half. Just looked like he could never get himself into the flow of the game. I put a little bit out on the coaching staff, too. Maybe they could call some better plays for him to get him in situations where he could see the ball go in.
Murray into the front court. Leads a bucket. Here comes the screen. The shot by Murray, no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Scores from the post. Murray with the basketball. Tie game, third quarter. To Jokic. Slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Fred Van Vliet. To Gasol. Nikola Jokic with the block. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. Jokic. Pascal Siakam rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Lowry. Fred VanVleet. That's going to be out of bounds. Murray into the front court. 2-point advantage. Millsap to Miles Bridges. And he draws contact. 2 shots coming up for the Spaniard, the All-Star, Marc Gasol.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First one, count it.
Substitutions.
And he makes them both. Martin into the front court. Our score all even in this third quarter. Here comes the screen. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Lynn, that is great vision to set it up. Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol.
And easy, too, get back on defense.
Denver's got it. Martin. Probing the defense. Locked in. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Lynn with it. He'll run the offense. To Gasol. Got it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Lynn to Gasol. Pascal Siakam, they work it down to Gasol. Able to convert inside.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Martin to Jokic. From the painted area, won't go down. Lynn with it. Looking to make something happen to Gasol. Short jumper won't go down. Martin into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Jokic. Lays it up and in.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Nuggets have the possession. Martin dives for it. Not afraid to mix it up. Powell to Lynn. Shot from the lane won't go. Count the bucket for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Lynn with it. Lead is 2. to Powell. Nikola Jokic able to recover with the block. And that one out of bounds off a nugget. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Ibaka defended by Jeremy Grant. From long range, Jokic snares the rebound. To Will Barton. Oh, he had it. Almost, and he's not getting the call. Offensive rebound. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Here comes the screen. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Toronto with the basketball. Powell. To Ibaka. Probing the defense. Surveys the floor. To Gasol. Not that time. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look. They'll let one fly from half court. That's the end of the third quarter. The Raptors in front. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. And they were able to flip the script in the third because, remember, Jay, they trailed at the break.
Yeah, but if they come out here in the fourth quarter and they think about protecting that lead, that is the wrong mindset. You don't want to protect anything. You want to go after it and hunt it. That's how you really get a win.
Lowry. Martin into the front court. His group now down 2. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. To Stanley Johnson. The pass set it all up.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Here comes the screen. That's out. Last touch by Jamal Murray. Fred VanVleet to Powell.
Flush cutter.
5 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. VanVleet denied. Have to like the defense. To Will Barton. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Lowry. It goes down.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Murray with it. His guys down 3. To Miles Bridges. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Mason Plumlee, couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. To Stanley Johnson. Lowry to Stanley Johnson. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Serge Ibaka. Huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Second effort. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Nuggets have the possession. To Will Barton. Sizing up the defense. Fires the 3. Good contest. Barton misses. Lowry into the front court. Up by 3. To Stanley Johnson. Here comes the screen. Johnson. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Murray into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. Shot from in close, no good. Miles Bridges to Millsap. Serge Ibaka pins it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Ah, no good. Miles Bridges to Millsap. Well defended, shot no good. If it was anyone else, they'd be back on the bench for taking that shot. To Ibaka. It's no good. Great defense. Barton into the front court. Down 5. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Miles Bridges to Will Barton. Trying to cash in. Barton shot off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Stanley Johnson. Paul Millsap snatching it out of the air.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Murray with the basketball. 5-point game. Can't miss those. Tough make through traffic.
No excuse to not be a little bit more physical there on the defensive end. Needed that stop.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players' left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it. He has his team's attention.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Lowry to Stanley Johnson. Lowry. Not that time. Jokic to Millsap. Here comes the screen. Jokic to Will Barton. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Won't go. Rebounded by Murray. Barton into the front court. His guys now down by a point.
Right.
Jokic to Will Barton. And a throwdown.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys now trailing by a point. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Jokic. Miles Bridges. He was hacked. They let it go. To Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson, strong finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Jokic to Miles Bridges. To Will Barton. Denver with 4 to shoot to Will Barton. Has a chance. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. Lowry into the front court. Leads 3. Here comes the screen. Lowry. Down low Gasol. Able to convert inside. Now the Nuggets signaling for timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Jokic.
Entering the game for Toronto, number 23. 1 minute.
Short jumper off the mark. Toronto has the basketball. Lynn takes stock of the floor to Jeremy Lin. And the rebound corralled by Jokic. Now whistle. Timeout for Denver. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game.
The first 1,000 fans in our next home game will receive a free team poster. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed by the entire team. Show up early for your chance to win.
Jokic to Millsap. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
This is why teammates love him. Yeah, that was an aggressive play, but you're also sending a message, setting the tone. You can't half-step on that.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Here comes the screen. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error. It's the Raptors with the victory as they take care of business at home. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.